Alright, Stuffer guys, back again with another do-it-yourself project. This time I'm working on making a wooden ceiling, and instead of using like a typical tongue and groove pine, I'm using reclaimed pallets. So it's gonna be the video is gonna be a little jumpy because I already shot the video of the roof or the ceiling, and now I'm coming back kind of showing you the beginning of what I'm doing, what I did. So Craigslist, go find yourself some pallets, tear them apart, break them down, get your wood. I've been in high production mode. I built a little rack here. I put different size material on different levels. This is my finished product here. These have all been ripped down to 3-inch, I believe. Yeah, they're not 3.5 inch. There's a 3-inch. That's it. So you break it down, get them individual pieces. Then I use my table saw over there to rip them down into, I set a number of widths, 3-inch, or no, yeah, 3-inch, 2-inch, 3-inch, 3.5, 4.5, and 5. Those were like the most common sizes that I could rip stuff down into. So this is how I got started. Check out, I'm going to do another video on my pallet buster here, which is a great little investment. If you're going to be breaking down a bunch of pallets, it helps not break as much of the material that you're pulling off. But alright, so this is step one. I'll cut over to my other video where I'm going to show you what I did on the ceiling and how it turned out, and then I'll do a final video. I've got you see my ceilings here. These are outdoor. I've got 2 outdoor ceilings, front porch and back porch, and I wanted to do something with the ceiling because you can see here all the drywall tapes seams have buckled and popped, and unfortunately they're pretty consistent. It seems like every single one has popped, buckled, cracked, started to cut down. I'll show you the back porch here in a second. But so I was looking for options to cover it, and I was looking at doing tongue and groove wood ceilings. And what I found was that it's not just that very expensive, but it's also, there's a ton of time involved as far as if you're going to stain it, and then what colors you're going to stain it, and then sealing it, and then doing all that stuff. So I looked at doing like, so you can see here I'm on the back porch. I started ripping down all the tape and getting it all prepped, and then like I said, so going with tongue and groove, it just seemed like it was going to be a lot of work as far as staining it, sealing it, getting it up, getting it done right. So I was looking at the pallets. So I got a shit ton of pallets, stripped them all down, got them into common sizes, and here's a little bit of the results. But I got them in common sizes. Then I ripped them down the table saw. And, I've got like 2-inch, 3-inch, 3.5, 5. Pretty much it all just depends what size material you start to get, and use whatever you've got. All these are, I don't know if you can kind of see, they're varying thicknesses. So, but whatever. I did common width runs, so it's not gappy. I saw a bunch of pictures online, people doing it in different ways. But I thought this is gonna work the best for me. So, before, after, then you can see that's kind of like I've almost got that side completely done. But I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I ended up staining a lot of the pieces because you get a lot of, like, especially the pine. Pine is super light, and I want it dark, so like I stained that one, that brown, and the next one, that darker brown, and then I did some of the, like, it looks purple, but it's supposed to be like a wine. Yeah, so I'm really happy with how it turned out. It was definitely some work, stripping the pallets down, getting the nails out, cleaning it all up. was definitely some labor, but whether it was less labor than buying tongue and groove, staining it all, and sealing it, and then getting it all up and having one uniform look, I don't know, maybe you could argue that, but then again, I got free pallets off Craigslist, so at least I saved some money, if nothing else. If even it cost me the same amount of time. And then, so I've been just shooting them up with 2.5-inch nails, and I've been gluing them. So, you know, once you kind of get going, it starts moving pretty quick. I got this done in well, it's about 3 o'clock almost. So I think it was about roughly 400 square feet. So I'd say I'm probably over halfway done. But I mean, that's all. I also pulled the ceiling fan, did all up in there, put the ceiling fan back up. I'm getting ready to pull this fan and get it all going. So whatever, check it out. If it's something you're interested in, feel free to ask some questions. I'll try to answer them as rapidly as possible. But overall, like I said, I'm pretty happy with the results. I think it came out great, and I'll stick a finished picture up as my thumbnail, so you can kind of get a good. I'll try to get a good shot of the room afterwards, and so that you can see it that way. All right, take it easy, and watch my other videos. Oh, I'm gonna do another video on what to watch out for if you're doing a project like this. There are some toxic woods in pallets, and it's pretty easy to tell, and I'll show you all that. But like if you're doing something like a table or something where it's going to come in contact with food or hands, I mean, obviously a ceiling, you don't have to worry about it too much. But if you're doing a wall, there's definitely some big no-nos you gotta be aware of, and then you can stay away from it. So watch, if you're interested, watch my other video, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that. Alright, so here we have the finished product. It's a little bit overcast out, but I think you can kind of see the detail and contrast. Pretty happy with how it turned out. Gotten quite a few compliments. Let me know if you have any questions. I think I pretty much covered everything I did and how I did it in the first 2 sections, but since I shot those a couple days ago, I honestly don't remember. And this trim piece on the side was, you know, just standard molding that was around before, but it was painted. So I just ripped it down, get all the paint off, just cedar trim going around. Alright, check out my other videos and let me know if you have any questions.